Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Robert Ralph, freelance writer and content creator. As previously stated, I will always respond to every comment that is left for me. And on one of my recent videos, somebody mentioned that although they loved my content, there was a lot of background noise with me walking around outside. So today I thought I'd try something different and do a YouTube video from my dining room. So I'm not sure how this will come across, but we'll give it a try and we'll see what the feedback is on this particular video. As you know, the YouTube channel is dedicated to Medium and helping not necessarily new writers, but certainly helping all writers build up their Medium profile and be successful on the platform. I recently wrote an article that went, in case of me, semi-viral, and I really wanted to talk about that today and maybe some of the reasons why I think it has done so well. The article itself has earned me just over $230 in about 10 days. So it's by far my biggest paying article in such a short stint of time, and of course there's plenty more days in the month still to go, so that will continue to grow. So yeah, that's what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about the article that went semi-viral for me, and hopefully sharing my knowledge will help you maybe get some semi-viral articles going yourself. The article was called "I used to work in the adult industry. 10 facts you didn't know about me." That was shortly changed to 11 facts you don't know about me. And let's go through some of those topics that I mentioned through the 11 facts and why I think that article did particularly well for me. I guess the first thing to say is that my followers know me for writing more personal stories. So in terms of my own personal following, I guess it was probably something that a lot of people expected me to come up with at some point in time. But of course this went semi-viral, so there were a lot of people who saw my article who would have not known me from the guy next door, from Adam. They just wouldn't have known anything about me. So what was it that made them click on that article and read in their thousands? The article itself has got nearly 11,000 views and over 131 hours of Medium member read time. I've always said that titles are the first thing that people see when deciding if they should click on your article or not. Your title has a massive impact. So I guess the first thing that drew people's attention was I used to work in the adult industry. Now, whilst you don't exactly know what I'm going to say about that, most people, I guess, saw that and felt kind of intrigued as what it could be, because there are many different aspects that you could have worked in the adult industry. So I guess for the term that I used, it was curiosity got the cat, and a lot of people were very, very curious, clicked on that article and started to read. I guess the next thing people probably did then, the readers probably did, is not so much read some of the introduction, but certainly started scanning through the list of 11 facts about me. And I know the first one, it was purposefully put at the top, probably made people start thinking, which was, I've got a famous actor in my family and also a famous singer. Now, whilst I don't go into details about who these people are, for reasons I can't go into, they are definitely A-listers. I'll be honest, I'm not that close to them. We're talking about a second and a fourth cousin respectively, but they are certainly A-listers. If I mention their names, you would know exactly who they were. So a multi-award winning actor and an absolutely global singer, an absolute icon for so many people. I couldn't speak about them in terms of saying their names. One in particular is going through a bad time at the moment, but I know that out of the 11 facts that I was going to talk about, or 10 originally, the first one had to have an impact, so it was a big one to start off with. One, because I knew it encouraged people to read, and two, because I guess it would make people intrigued what the second and the third one might be as well. The disadvantage I really had with this article is because I write a lot about personal stories, I tend to try and build the suspense a little bit and try and build characters if I'm talking about certain individuals. Whilst I do tend to not put real names in when writing my personal stories, a lot of it's about my daughters, my family, my wife, my cousins, and so on and so forth. So I don't feel that I should put their names in there. Every story I tell is a truthful story. I don't write fiction as an example. But leading on to the second one, what was that? Of course, you've probably already read it. The second one is I used to be a male escort. This is something that I'm actually going to write about. I had a period in my life where, without giving too much away, because I really wanted to read the article, where I split up with an ex-fiance, and I was in the doldrums. I was in a little bit of debt. I met up with a girl who introduced me to the adult industry, and I basically become a male escort for a short period of time. I'm actually thinking about doing possibly a mini series. It really depends on whether people are interested in the content. There'll be nothing seedy, nothing like that. It's not about sex really. It's just to give you a little bit of an insight. So if people engage and people enjoy the first story I write of how I got into becoming a male escort, if people encourage me, then I'm considering writing a little mini series about that. It depends on public reaction really. So the third fact is that I spent time in a prison with Sir Anthony Hopkins. Again, this is another article that I will write about. This one is a little bit of a play on words, but it is true. I did spend time in a prison with Sir Anthony Hopkins, so stay tuned for that one. That's another story that I will be writing about this year. The fourth fact that I put down is that I was in a British TV series and also appeared on a TV advert. Again, both true, and again I intend to write about this. I was actually an extra in a British series called Casualty, so anyone in the UK would have known about that. And one of my early career moves was actually to work for a company called Castle Bingo. Yep, I used to be a bingo caller, and I appeared in their advert on TV, so that's my real short stint of appearing on TV, and again, something I'm going to write about in the future. So fact number 5 was I got married twice on the same day. Now, this is the first article during these 11 facts that I've actually already released. So what I will do, along with this viral article, which I'll link in the description below, I'll also link the article of me getting married twice in one day, because that, like I said, I've already released that article. That was released, I believe, last night. We're on Friday, I believe it's the 15th of July at the moment. So yeah, it's either July 13th or 14th I released that one. So I'll link that in the article below. A very, very intriguing story. Well, from my perspective, it is anyway, and it's done really, really well on Medium so far. There's been a lot of engagement with it. So if you want to know more about how I got married twice in one day, look at the description below, click the article and have a read, and give me your feedback. Tell me what you think of it. Fact number 6 is I used to own a nutrition business, a retail shop, and also took that online and made my own products through obviously a registered company. Would make make the products. I would of course come up with the ingredients, so to speak. So I don't think I'll write about that one. There's not a lot of great content. It was a great moment. I mean, I owned the business for 6 years very successfully. It just got to a stage where I either needed to pump a lot of money into it to expand, or accept it would only be at a certain level. And when that's how I met my wife, actually, or it's how I met my wife. And it was sitting down and speaking to her. It was just, you working so many hours for X amount of money, you really should perhaps consider doing something else. And so I did. Not a lot of gossip in it. So I'm not sure I'll write a particular article about that topic, but it's still an interesting fact all the same. Okay, the next one is a little bit daunting because fact number 7 is I used to work online webcams effectively. And the reason it's a bit daunting me telling you is because there's every chance this video is online with me in them. Yeah, a bit scary. So I'm not going to give you my webcam name because I am pretty sure there's stuff out there online. And believe me, you don't want to see it. Yeah, maybe less said about that, the better. Will I write about it? Possibly. I possibly will write about this one. Yeah, so effectively, I used to be on adult webcams, assisting people with their needs, let's call it. I won't go into any graphic detail if I do write about it, maybe some suggestive stuff. So if it's something that intrigues you, drop me a comment. You might persuade me. I might write about that one, but I'm definitely not giving you my webcam name because I'm sure there's stuff on the internet and you don't want to watch it. Fact 8, for me is quite a funny one. So it was about me dating 4 different girls at the same time. And it was at a period of my life where I actually had just met my wife to be, or not to be, my wife as she is now. So it's a conversation that does pop up now and again. Yeah, lots of juicy gossip. I've led a wonderful life. There is so much I could go into on that particular story, and because there's so much content, I could probably make that a 4-part series. And how I ended up with my wife. And yeah, I mean, I've written about my wife quite a lot anyway. So yeah, but yeah, I was dating 4 women at the same time when I met my wife. And I basically dumped all 4, and yeah, and the rest is history. Been together for 11 years now, recently celebrated our 7th wedding anniversary. 2 beautiful children, 2 beautiful girls we got together, and I've got an older son. Again, people who follow my work will already know this information. But yeah, there's some real juicy gossip in that particular article, so probably one I will write about. Following on from fact number 8, of course, is fact number 9. And it was, fact number 9 is that I used to own a dating website. It actually follows on from the last fact because it was one of the ways that I was able to date multiple girls at the same time. As the previous fact I talked about, when I met my wife-to-be, I was dating 4 girls. Well, it was all from the dating website. Nothing seedy went on. Every person who I dated knew that I owned the website. I just simply had access to all the profiles. So yeah, possibly something I might write about in the future. I owned a dating website online. It's not there any longer. It was bestukonlinedating.com. I forgot to mention my nutrition business actually. It was called Serious Sports Nutrition, and the website for that, again, is not there anymore, was iloveprotein.co.uk. So that was my nutrition business, just to let you know. So fact number 10 is I'm a keen amateur photographer. How boring. Yes, not one that I was initially going to start off with as fact number 1. It's the big hurrah, look at all these amazing facts. But it is a fact nevertheless. I'm a keen amateur photographer. I love taking photographs of the landscape, animals in particular as well. I'm not fussed on taking pictures of people. Of course, take my kids and my family and my wife and so on and so forth. But I'm very much more into landscapes and wildlife. I do have a Flickr page for those who are interested. I don't think I'll link it. It's not that good. But yeah, I really enjoy amateur photography. I actually bought the camera as a wedding gift for my wife because she did photography in college. It just so happens that I use it more often than she does. And I've really got the bit between my teeth and really enjoy it. So interesting, not sure, but it is a fact. The very last fact is quite a difficult one to talk about. So I'm just going to get through this. I'm absolutely petrified. I have a major fear of dying. I know it's going to happen. There's nothing I can stop. I can't stop it. I remember being 5 or 6 and waking up in absolute tears and being consoled by my mum and dad, absolutely going frantic about dying. I always remember my mum and dad saying, you know, someone will always be here for you. We'll never ever leave you. And as my followers will know, my parents have left us. It is what it is. Something I do struggle with. So yeah, I've got I've had hypnosis. You know, I'm 46 years of age. Grew up, Rob, you're a big boy. It's something I do find difficult talking about. The hypnosis did help me. There is no way, you know, 20 years ago I could sit in front of a camera and even talk about the subject. Whilst it's upsetting, I am able to talk a little bit about it now. Yeah, let's get off the subject, shall we? That's my last fact. So a bit more composed now to finish off this YouTube video. Why do I think that this article did so well for me? Well, for one, it was definitely a catchy title. I used to work in the adult industry. That's probably just going to get a few clicks anyway. And I think that my first couple of facts also helped people to continue reading. So I think just the top part of the article also drew people in. Also, it wasn't a long article. I was literally listing 11 facts. So it wasn't a story that went on for, you know, 5-10 minutes. You could literally get through it in about a minute if you wanted to. And also, I know some of my hard followers, they read all my stories anyway, so thank you very much. A big shout out to my hardcore following. But of course, this definitely appealed to a wider audience as well. Some of which, you know, we're all going to have lovers and haters. You know, I've been quite fortunate. I've not had too many people be abusive or horrible to me. I've had a few. And even if you look through the comments, there's 1 or 2 comments that aren't particularly nice. But I understand that. We move on. You know, you're not going to please everybody. If you don't like me, don't read my articles. You know, if you don't like me, don't watch my YouTube videos. As simple as that. But if you do, thank you very much indeed. So yeah, I basically think it was a great title. Picture. It was a picture of a bird. Well, it was a picture of a crumbs. What was the picture? It was a peregrine. I think it was a peregrine. So yeah, it was a great picture as well, but certainly I think the first couple of facts really drew people in, and it was a very quick read. They didn't have to spend ages on it. So I think they're one of the reasons. I did also share it on my Facebook group and my Twitter group as well. That may have gained a bit more traction. And of course, as people comment on your articles, you've got a bigger chance of seeing it on the Medium dashboard as well. So I think there are a couple of things that definitely help that particular article, and may long it continue. Thank you for reading. Thank you for watching. Okay, so thank you for watching today's YouTube video. It was something a little bit different from me. If you did like this type of content, please let me know in the comment section below. Give me a like and a thumbs up. And if you hit that 30 bell button, you'll subscribe to my YouTube channel and you will never miss an article, never miss a video, sorry. You'll have a little bell with a notification signal in it when I drop a video every Monday and Wednesday.